Hello there, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? Let's take a look in this ASMR video at the most recent football results. And we'll start off with the Premier League, work our way through the British leagues, then check out some of the big leagues in Europe and the MLS, and we'll also just mention a couple of the others if I can get to them in enough time. So, Premier League, Arsenal, after a little wobble, are still top. They played a game more than Manchester City, but cannot be reached by them at the second. However, I think I read an important fact that if Man City win all their remaining games, which very importantly includes a game at home against Arsenal, then Man City would be champion. So Arsenal, it isn't a done deal just yet, despite only losing 3 times and having a big win in the derby on the weekend. So Arsenal fans will be sort of a little bit nervous, but you know, if they continue to play as well as they have played throughout the entire season, they should be fine. They do have Chelsea next, who will have improved. 2 draws in a row though. It's quite it'll be quite a juicy game, I think. Man United now up to 4th in the league, and Liverpool in 6th, Chelsea 5th, Brentford still hovering around that area with Burnley next. They're having a sensational season. Bournemouth now starting to get some excellent results back. Everton just dropping off a little in the last few weeks. Fulham back after their little wobble, and Newcastle, yeah, not consistent enough. Neither are Sunderland at the moment after their excellent start. Crystal Palace starting to pick up some more results after their transfers in the January window. Brighton still not where they want to be. Leeds doing pretty well. Man City next though. Spurs, I was reading an article today saying, are they in a relegation battle? And I think they are. I didn't watch the match against Arsenal, but I hear that for 60 minutes they battled really, really well. They're up against Fulham next, who are harbouring ambitions of maybe checking into Europe, getting into Europe next season. So Tottenham, you know, with a new manager, can he do something in enough time? Nottingham Forest, I've just got rid of their manager as well. They're in 17th. West Ham picking up points now, only 1 loss in 5, but they've got Liverpool next. Burnley are also picking up points, but they've got Brentford next. And Wolves, they're almost surely gone, but they are doing a lot better, and they've got Aston Villa next, so no easy games for the bottom 3. Taking a look at those fixtures, that one just happened this evening. So we had Saturday, Leeds and Aston Villa drawing 1-1. Tammy Abraham getting the crucial equaliser at the end there. And then Brighton winning away at Brentford. That's an excellent result for them. Gomez and Danny Welbeck of all players. Chelsea could only draw against Burnley with 10 men. Drog Pedro with an early goal, but 93rd minute equaliser from Fleming. Burnley, you know, getting a lot better. They're getting used to this league, aren't they? West Ham 0-0 with Bournemouth. A shout out to one of the really best players, Somerville, in the league at the moment. I think his scoring streak at the second is just fantastic. So hopefully he can help them to try and get out of trouble. And then Man City beating Newcastle 2-1. O'Reilly with 2 goals to cancel out Hall's equaliser. Crucial points for Crystal Palace. 90th minute winner from Guesson, the player on loan. against Wolves, who were down to 10 men and missed a penalty as well. Forest losing in the 97th minute, against a goal from McAllister. That's Liverpool beating them there. Fulham with an excellent win away to very difficult to beat Sunderland at the Stadium of Light 3-1. Jimenez with 2 goals and Iwobi with a goal. And my man Harry Wilson getting an assist at the end as well. I've heard rumours that Aston Villa want him. I approve of that. I'd quite like him to stay at Fulham, but if he doesn't, Everton and Aston Villa are after him, and I think Aston Villa would be a really good move for him because they look to be having regular Champions League football now. And then the North London derby, Kolmuani scoring for Spurs, but 2 from Eze and 2 from Gyökeres, giving Arsenal a big win in the end, 4-1. And tonight, Man United have beaten Everton with a goal from Šeško. And aren't they a joy to watch at the minute, Man United? I really enjoyed watching them the other week. They are playing some lovely stuff under Carrick. Is it going to be that thing where they give him the full-time job? If so, can he keep it going? Don't know, but it's the nicest they've played in like years. Okay, so that is the Premier League. Let's hop to the Championship, the second division in England, where there's a straight shootout for top spot and automatic promotion to the Premier League between Coventry City and Middlesbrough. And Millwall are in such good form. I know they lost their last game, but they've been beating everyone recently, haven't they? Ipswich, Hull and Wrexham. Yes, Wrexham in the promotion spots, but chasing them hard are Birmingham, a whole host of clubs all the way, Derby, Watford, Preston, Southampton, Bristol, Queen's Park, Rangers, Sheffield. Even my team of Swansea are still in it, really. Particularly with our home form. We are the strongest team at home since Matos took over in the league. So yeah, that's excellent for us. We are down in 15th, but we're only actually 51, 45, 6 points away. And there are a lot of games left in this particular division, and a lot can happen. You only need to get about 3 wins on the bounce, and all of a sudden you are right in the mixer. Recent results then, I'll just pick out some key ones. Blackburn have been struggling but beat promotion chasing Preston 1-0. Hull losing to QPR 3-1, Leicester, Stoke 2-2. The Swans beating local rivals Bristol. Another goal from top goal scorer in the league, Vipotnik. Can we keep him, particularly if we don't get any of the playoffs? I don't think we can. He is excellent. Coventry won again, 2-0 this time. No goal from Haji Wright this time. Middlesbrough drew, surprisingly, with Oxford. Millwall surprisingly lost at home to Portsmouth 3-1. Norwich lost to Birmingham. Southampton, Charlton 1-1. Watford won against Derby, and Wrexham hammering Ipswich 5-3. Old Ipswich player Broadhead there getting a goal, as well as another Welsh international in Moore. And the Steel Derby, Sheffield United beating Sheffield Wednesday 2-1. How many red cards were there in total? Was it 3 or 4? Calvin Phillips getting sent off, and Otek Bayo as well. It's a fierce derby, that one is. Okay, so let's skip then to a genuine, exciting title race in Scotland. Who would have thought it? Not least because of the results on the weekend, which I was keeping. I'm actually looking for the results in Scotland this year. I'm quite excited about the culmination of the league. Normally it's Celtic or Rangers win it, whatever. But Hearts beating Falkirk 1-0 with a goal from Chesnokov. And then on the Sunday, Celtic lost at home. And I suppose it kills Hibs because obviously it's a big win for them, but they've actually helped out their big rivals' Hearts. So one in Glasgow, the Edinburgh team, Paslak and Andrews cancelling out Newgran's goal, who's been scoring loads of goals for Celtic. And then Livingston, bottom of the table Livingston, 2 goals up, but then got a red card, and I can see Mikey Moore there scoring the late winner along with Fernandez to get Rangers a draw. So neither team could overtake Hearts at the top of the table. So Hearts there with 60 points. Their form is patchy though, and I'm worried about them, but you know, what can you do? They've got to keep going. And Rangers, who have each other to play next, and Celtic then in third with a game in hand. And in Wales, obviously there's no title challenge in Wales. TNS are there and thereabouts already, but Connors Key going for second place. Penabont in third, Colwyn, Carnarvon and Barry. And I read that Llanelli were officially relegated this week as well, which is a shame. And then Northern Ireland, Larne are still top with a game in hand. Even though they've lost their last 2, they haven't won in 4 games. Coleraine in second and Linfield in third. Glenavon down the bottom. Okay, let's pop over the Atlantic then, because the MLS has restarted, everyone. And there was a big match to begin with. We'll just take a look. Nashville, after 1 game, is at the top. Cincinnati, New York, Red Bulls, DC United. And in the Western Conference, San Diego, Los Angeles, San Jose and Seattle. But there's a big match because... where's it gone? There. LAFC hammered Messi's Inter Miami. And Messi was playing 3-0. Martinez, Boanga and Ordaz. And I heard that Son played pretty well. And yeah, they beat them 3-0. So that's a big statement of intent from LAFC this season. Other results included San Diego hammering Montreal 5-0, San Jose beating Sporting Kansas 3-0, Seattle Sounders beating Colorado 2-0. DC United winning their opening match after a couple of tricky seasons for them over a 10-man Philadelphia, and Cincinnati beating Atlanta 2-0. Welcome back to the MLS. Bundesliga. Well, of course, I think the Bundesliga story is, can anyone catch Bayern? 8 points adrift, and we have Der Klassiker next. So, if Borussia Dortmund don't win it, then I think it's over. Both teams, however, have only lost 1 game each, so I'm predicting a draw. Hoffenheim in third. Wow, they are doing so well, and they have St. Pauli, who are in trouble, next, although they've got 2 wins out of their last 5. Stuttgart in 4th, Leipzig in 5th, and Bayer Leverkusen in 6th. Eintracht Frankfurt in 8th, Augsburg in 10th. Hamburg are doing well in their return. No loss in 5 now for Hamburg. Cologne as well, not really looking like relegation, although they're only 4 points ahead of it, in 12th. Mainz have won 3 of their last 5, and they've got out of the relegation zone, but Werder Bremen are now in the relegation zone, and Wolfsburg also struggling, and another massive club, Borussia Mönchengladbach. Wow, some huge clubs potentially going down this year in the German Bundesliga. Recent results: Dortmund could only draw away to Leipzig. Bayern München beat Frankfurt 3-2. And on the Friday night match, Hamburg drew with Mainz. Serie A. So Inter have pulled away now. I think it's Inter's to lose. They're 10 points ahead of their city rivals Milan, who surprisingly lost at home in their last match. Roma, my team, AS Roma, have gone up to third, but they have Juve next. Juve, however, are not in good form. No winner four for them. So it's interesting to see what will happen. They're in free fall. However, Como are in the hunt for a Champions League spot. That's Cesc Fabregas' team. They are sixth, and Atalanta possibly have, apart from Inter, the best form of any team, and they're in seventh outside of the European spots. So there's quite a 7-team sort of fight for 4 Champions League spots, as there always is. A very interesting table and struggle in the unpredictable Serie A. Of course, Milan didn't even reach Europe last year, and they are the closest to a title challenge. Napoli, however, not doing great either. Let's look at those results. So Friday night we saw Sassuolo beat Verona 3-0. Juve lost at home 2-0 to Como. Voivoda and Cagliari. Inter beat Lecce to stretch the lead. Mkhitaryan and Akanji with the goals. Cagliari could only draw with Lazio at home 0-0. Genoa beat Torino 3-0. That's the big game for Napoli. Atalanta beating Napoli 2-1, Pasalic and Samajic with the goals, cancelling out Beukema's goal. And then Milan losing at home to Parma. Troilo with the 80th minute goal to take Parma a little bit further away from the relegation battle. Then Roma huffed and puffed, but on the hour mark finally got that first goal, and then the rest came. 3-0 against Cremonese. That's twice they've beaten them 3-0 this season now. Cristante with a header, Andika from another set piece, and Pizzilli with an excellent goal. He's really impressed me this season. He's come on leaps and bounds. And in the derby, Fiorentina against Pisa. Fiorentina move out of the relegation zone where they've been for months, thanks to a goal from Moise Kean. So they beat Pisa, their local rivals, in the Tuscan derby. Bologna tonight beating Udinese with a penalty from Bernardeschi. 1-0. Okay, let's go to the Netherlands. Eredivisie. PSV are romping away to the title. 62 points. Feyenoord with 48, but Sterling, that's right, Raheem Sterling, played a football match, and he has gone to Feyenoord, and he came off the bench and played for them in their win on the weekend. Surprisingly, Nijmegen, who's having just the most outstanding season now, in third ahead of Ajax. Alkmaar, Twente, Sparta and Utrecht make up the top 8, and because of a 5-match losing streak, Groningen drop out of the European spots. Down the bottom you got Breda, Telstar and Heracles, struggling to stay in the division. So Feyenoord beat Telstar 2-1 with 2 goals from Hadj Moussa. And Utrecht could only draw with Volle after leading the match but conceding an equaliser from Oosting. We saw Nijmegen draw with Ajax to stay above them in the table. Hot's goal being cancelled by Nejasmic. And champions almost elect. PSV beating Heerenveen 3-1, goals from Perisic again. He's doing so well in front of goal this season. Boado and Pepe, the American. Ligue, what's that? Oh, the Canadian Premier League has changed its insignia. How interesting, but they haven't played a match yet. Ligue, so Paris Saint-Germain just getting back to top spot with a win on the weekend, but they are being chased hard by Lens, who lost on the weekend. Lyon and Marseille make up the top 4 now that De Zerbi has been sacked from Marseille. Lille and Rennes is improving as well, although not in very good form. Monaco with probably some of the better form of the chasing pack. And then Auxerre, Nantes and Metz down the bottom. let's have a quick look then. Who did Lens lose to? They lost at home to Monaco. Brest beating Marseille, Ajok with 2 goals. Paris Saint-Germain hammering Metz 3-0. Doué, Barcola and Ramos. And then Rennes, one of my favourite teams in France, beating Auxerre 3-0. Camara and Lepore with the goals. Nice drawing 3-3 with Lorient. And Strasbourg beating Lyon 3-1. Godot, Moreira and Panichelli cancelling out Toliso's goal. Okay, the A League has been back for a little while now, 18 matches in. Newcastle Jets are ahead of last year's champion Auckland, of obviously New Zealand. Sydney in 3rd, Adelaide, Melbourne and Macarthur make up the top 6, and Welly Phoenix in 11th with Western Sydney Wanderers in 12th. On to Spain, La Liga. Barcelona have gone top after a shock result for Real Madrid on the weekend. Villarreal beating their city, or not their city rivals, but their local rivals, Valencia, in the derby, stay in 3rd above Atletico Madrid, who are in 4th now. Real Betis and Celta Vigo make up the 5th and 6th positions, with Espanyol having a bad run of it at the moment and dropping out, but Athletic Club starting to pick up some points now. 3 wins in a row, and they've got Rayo Vallecano next to it down in 15th. Local rivals of them, Real Sociedad in 10th, Sevilla in 12th, Valencia in 16th sadly, Elche 17th, Mallorca, Levante and Real Oviedo down the bottom. Recent results then, so as I said, Villarreal beating Valencia 2-1, Comesana and Gay with the goals, and to cancel out Ramazani's penalty. Barcelona beating Levante 3-0, Bernal, De Jong and Lopez with the goals. Sevilla beat Getafe with a goal from So. Osasuna beat Real Madrid, so Vinicius Jr. scored, but Budimir, who always seems to score for Osasuna, and Garcia with a 90th minute winner to help Barcelona go back to the top. And on Friday night, Athletic Club beat Elche 2-1 with 2 goals from Guruceta. Let's take a quick look at some of the other leagues around then. So Primera, oh no, that's the next division down. That's what I was going for. Super League, Galatasaray top, 55 points, but they lost their last match. Fenerbahce, who drew their last match, in 2nd, Trabzonspor in 3rd, Besiktas on a good run though, in 4th. Then down the bottom we've got Kasımpaşa, Kayserispor and Fatih Karagümrük. The Allsvenskan hasn't started back up just yet in Sweden, but Serie A of the Brasileirão in Brazil has started. Palmeiras 3 matches in are top. Sao Paulo 2nd, Fluminense and Bahia are in 4th. There's my team. Flamengo in 11th. Atletico, my team, are in 15th. Bad start. And Internacional, Santos, Vasco da Gama and Cruzeiro in the relegation spots. So that obviously is very early on. But welcome back to Serie A. Welcome back as well to the Premier Division in Ireland. Bohemian is currently top after 3 matches. Drogheda 2nd and Shamrock after just 2 matches is in 3rd. They drew their match tonight then by the looks of it. Yeah, against Dundalk 1-1. Lopez cancelled out by Mullen on the 90th minute. And down the bottom, early doors, St Patrick's and Sligo Rovers. The Extraclasa, the team that wins this is going to be such a marginal one. So basically from 7th to 1st there's only 4 points in it. Cracovia, Wisła Płock, Raków Częstochowa, Górnik Zabrze, Lech Poznań, Zagłębie Lubin and Jagiellonia Białystok all could win the league, but obviously Białystok is in the best form. Lech Poznan probably second best at the moment. And Cracovia just doesn't like to win matches, they just want to draw everything. And let's just skip a couple and go to Liga MX, just started back in Mexico. Chivas are top currently. Cruz Azul in second. Pumas, two of the big teams in Mexico City, in third. Toluca, last year's champions. Pachuca, Atlas, Club America, and Tigres. Monterrey down in ninth. That's not a good start from them. And Santos Laguna in the bottom. Portugal. Porto are still top, only lost one match. Sporting still second, only lost one match. 4 points between those two. Benfica haven't actually lost, but weirdly they could perhaps get to the end of the season invincible and come third. That's how difficult Portuguese football is this year. That's crazy. That has to be a unique stat, surely. I wonder if Jose can do it. And then Braga in fourth. Down the bottom we have Tondela, Santa Clara and Football SAD. And then finishing off here with Belgium, Union Saint-Gilloise are still top, 2 points ahead of Sint-Truiden. Oh my god, they are in second. When did that happen? They're usually a relegation team. Club Brugge, Anderlecht, Mechelen and Gent make up the top 6. Wow, Sint-Truiden, I can't believe that's happened. That's fairy tale stuff. Incredible. Well done to them. Okay. And where is... Oh, is that the new sign that I missed? Where's Argentina then? Is that the Liga Profesional? Oh, sorry, Argentina. You've changed your badge. I wondered who it was. And so Liga Profesional in Argentina has just started back, 6 matches in. Sarsfield in Group A, top. Estudiantes, then Club Atlético Platense. Boca Juniors down in 9th, surprisingly. And then in Group B, Independiente Rivadavia. In first, Tigre Belgrano, Gimnasia, and River Plate down in 10th. So the two big teams struggling at the start of the season. Okay, good to catch up. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then why don't you give it a little like, leave a comment, tell me if you're happy, sad with your current club's results. Click subscribe if you're new to the channel to get more videos like this regularly. And I will be back with another results video very soon. Take care, everyone. Don't forget to join me on Patreon. I've started to upload early access to football videos on there as well as my map channel stuff, so check that out. And I'll see you very, very soon. Take care and